would not call them co-panelists. I think I would call them friends. Diptanshu, come closer. Yeah. So I'm so delighted to be on this panel because I'm not just sitting here as a moderator, but I think I'm sitting over here as friends of all of these gentlemen. And we go long back. I think almost all of our journey started somewhere around 2011-12. It was the same time, right? So I am so thrilled. Like I said in the beginning, I think it is what is happening today is unprecedented, and I'm sure we are all very happy about it. We had former Chief Justice of India speaking at Ekam Nyaya conference. We have Sadhna Jadhav ma'am here throughout the conference, and we all have worked, I think, really hard to, make a, वो कहते हैं ना आसमान में सिर्फ एक पत्थर उछालने की कोशिश. So the panel is Journey of Transformation. All of these gentlemen sitting here that you see along with me, not a gentleman but a woman, we all have changed our life's trajectories and made what happened to us, kind of our purpose. So since we have to keep the session very quick, my question to all of you, first question is, and you please share, like there are a lot of people who go through false accusations. There are a lot of people who fall into, battles that they did not choose. But what made you change the direction of your life? And then, you were an investment banker, Diptanshu. Rupenshi, you were doing something else. Amit, you had your own factory. Shoniji, you had your own, right? You were also in corporate. All of you all left all of that and then came here. What made you do that?
So I'll start. I started fighting my cases on my own, almost on my own. And I got so interested in law that I joined law college. And then there has been no stopping. So that itself was a change because you are forced to fight your own cases in a city which is alien to you. So you have to learn law. And when you start learning law, you get interested in that subject, that it becomes your passion. And when it becomes your passion, then passion and profession mixes, and I change the direction.
So when I got this bug of 498A and I started fighting my cases, the initial 1 or 2 days I was really scared, my parents were really scared. And I could see that in the courts, you cannot depend completely on your lawyers also. And in fact, my cases were in a different city, 1,000 kilometers from Delhi, and I had to travel every time there was a date. So that's when I thought that I will have to take the charge. And I started learning from different blogs, from different platforms, from the internet, the intricacies of laws, the basic IPCs and CRPCs. That's when I sat with my fellow activists and people who were there in the space before me and started writing my own written submissions, my own arguments. That's when I started doing it for myself, and my transition was very quick. In no time, I was actually helping others doing the same thing. And in no time, I saw myself as, counseling other people when I was going to attend my own dates. So that's when I became an activist from from somebody who was a victim himself and fighting for others, and the transition was very quick for me.
So my actually journey started in 2012. So before that, I was a science student. After OITS, I turned into law and become a law student. And that case happened during that time only. Because जब तक कुछ हो नहीं जाता, तब तक हम सभी feminists रहते हैं by born. We have that feminist syndrome by virtue of birth in India specifically. So that if that thing wouldn't happen, तो मैं भी कहीं बड़ी बिंदी गैंग के साथ में जंतर मंतर पे होता और सन 2012 में जो हो रहा था सब में होता. Then when my case happened, after that 1 month later that Nirbhaya happened, then everything would change. So I went behind the bars for 9 months exactly, but that was the exact time when you get a new birth. So when I go inside that time, that was the worst time for everyone think of it. But when I go there, so I have a clear thinking कि जब time निकलना है, तो या तो आप उसे प्यार से निकाल लो या अपने सही तरीके से उसे आप इंजॉय करके भी निकाल सकते हो। एंड बाय गॉड के साथ मेरे को कोई डिफिकल्टी नहीं हुआ, हम लोगों ने बहुत इंजॉय किया। माई बडीज केम, माई जेल बडीज ऑफ कोर्स। तो वहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई बहुत दरिंदा या कोई ऐसा वहाँ पे कोई व्यक्ति है, सभी इंसान है। मेरे साथ डॉक्टर्स, इंजीनियर्स, IT कंसल्टेंट्स, ऐसे लोग थे। जब वहाँ गया तब जाके पता चला कि यार मैं इकलौता ऐसा नहीं हूँ जिसके साथ फॉल्स केस हुआ है, यहाँ पे तो भरमार है। एंड दे से कि जो स्पेसिफिक हार्डकोर क्रिमिनल्स होते हैं उनको सेपरेट सेल्स में रखा जाता है। एंड दे से कि हम लोगों के एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी हमारे अंदर कुछ ऐसी कैपेबिलिटीज है जिसके लिए सोसाइटी मानती नहीं है, इसलिए हमको अलग रख दिया गया है। तो दैट वुड बी ए ग्रेट थिंग टू लर्न कि ऐसा भी कोई सोच सकता है। तो व्हेन आई केम आउट तो यहाँ पे ढूंढना स्टार्ट करा द एक्टिविज्म विच आई स्टार्टेड इनसाइड the major change which we started as a group inside, we make a group and we started that activism. And उससे पहले क्या होता था, कोई भी व्यक्ति अगर इस केसेस में आता था तो उसके ऊपर एक मिस ट्रीटमेंट किया जाता था। इफ यू कमिंग अंडर अ मर्डर सेक्शन ना, तो दैट वुड बी यू आर ट्रीटेड इन अ डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव, बट इफ यू कम इनसाइड अंडर दिस स्पेशल केसेस तो आपका ट्रीटमेंट डिफरेंट तरीके से किया जाएगा। एंड दैट ट्रीटमेंट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट। सो वी चेंज दैट सिनेरियो एंड आफ्टरवर्ड्स आई केम आउट. So I joined Save Indian Family Foundation, and I met first time Jyoti Tiwari ji ma'am, and there was a Jantar Mantar dharna, everything is going on over there. And after that it started, and I joined Save Indian Family Foundation. I turned into that head for North India president, and I left that in 2020. And because I have to do something and to help other people, we started with 2 men, and we created committees of more than 1 lakh men which were connected India and abroad together. And in terms of law, what we have done, by virtue of God, I got a very good company of friends over here. At that time also, from my school time friends, my college friends, my friends from inside, my friends from bar, everyone was supporting me. Everyone is there जिनसे मुझे सीखने को मिला। मेरे जो सीनियर्स थे, my seniors from senior advocate from Supreme Court, under whom I got guidance, and उनके साथ में मिलके काफ़ी काम करा। Then 2017 में जस्टिस गीता मित्तल बेंच की मैम की बेंच से मैं 41 CRPC के रूल्स एंड प्रोसीजर्स चेंज करने का प्रिविलेज मिला, जो हमने किया। उसके बाद आपका अरेस्ट खत्म हो गया। आफ्टर दैट यू विल जस्ट गेट अ नोटिस एंड यू वर रिलीज। हम लोगों ने कुछ ऐसे काम किए जो दूसरे एडवोकेट्स के खिलाफ थे, तो हम उन्हीं के विलन बन के रह गए। सो ऑल दो लॉयर्स को हम जैसे लॉयर्स पसंद नहीं आते, बिकॉज वी आर एक्टिविस्ट लॉयर्स. सो वी डू अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स विच एक्चुअली इकोनॉमिकली नॉट गुड फॉर देम, बट सोसाइटी के लिए ठीक है. एंड इफ यू रियली हार्ड वर्कर एंड इफ यू हैव अ ग्रेट थिंग, सी आपका टाइम वैसे भी जाना है. आपके ऊपर अगर कोई केस हो गया तो आप या तो उसे एकदम रोते हुए ये सोचते हुए निभा लो कि नहीं नहीं मेरे साथ केस हो गया, मैं क्या करूँ, मेरी लाइफ बर्बाद हो गई, मेरा क्या चलेगा. अगर आप उसे प्रॉपरली देखो, टाइम जाना है, प्रॉपरली फाइट करो, कुछ नहीं होता. कोई फांसी वांसी किसी को नहीं हो रही है, जिसकी फांसी हो भी जाती है उसके लिए भी क्यूरेटिव पिटिशन डल जाती है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में. तो इसलिए आप टेंशन मत लो अगर आपके ऊपर कोई केस हो गया है. एवरीबडी नोज कि कितने नंबर ऑफ केसेस यहाँ पे फॉल्स होते हैं. एंड आपको अपना केस को प्रेजेंट करना सही से आना चाहिए, दूसरों की हेल्प करना और आना चाहिए. एक्टिविज्म में ये होता है कि खुद का केस हो गया निकल गए. एंड आई स्टार्टेड माई मेन एक्टिविज्म आफ्टर द एक्यूटल. सो इट्स अ मेजर डिफरेंस. आपके अगर केस खत्म हो गया तो एकदम निकल मत जाओ, आप उसमें रहो, मेरे से मूवमेंट में रहो. मूवमेंट को बहुत रिक्वायरमेंट है ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा वॉइसेस की. सो दैट्स माई स्टोरी एक्चुअली.
नमस्ते एवरीवन एंड थैंक यू दीपिका, क्योंकि इस तरह की कॉन्फ्रेंस 2011 में विदाउट एनी प्रोटेस्ट आउटसाइड कराना ही बहुत बड़ा अचीवमेंट था.
बिल्कुल सही बात.
वी हैव रियली कम अ लॉन्ग वे.
यस, एब्सोल्युटली.
अब बिफोर आई टॉक अबाउट द ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, पहले मैं उस स्केल ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन का थोड़ा बताना चाहूँगा. 22 years ago, I was invited to Delhi by a popular coaching institute to give a lecture on preparation for IIT JEE. अब उन 22 years में कितना ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो गया है. If somebody in the audience then would have asked me कि where do you see yourself down the line, तो जो आज मैं हूँ that would certainly not have been in the list of things which I would have told. So this is the impact that such cases can bring in the lives of people. अब मेरी स्टोरी को मैं बहुत ज़्यादा डिटेल में नहीं बताऊंगा, बिकॉज देर इज़ ऑल्सो मूवी कमिंग ऑन इट. उसमें भी लोगों ने कहा कि इस पे तो वेब सीरीज बननी चाहिए, मूवी में कंप्रेस नहीं हो पाएगा. तो आई विल कीप इट वेरी शॉर्ट. I fought my case myself. That includes all the maintenance cases, domestic violence case, criminal cases, उनका क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन, हाई कोर्ट में आर्ग्यू करना, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में आर्ग्यू करना, ट्रायल कोर्ट में ट्रायल चलाना, everything I did myself. And I won. ट्रायल कोर्ट में 498 के केस में it took me 2 years and about 3 months to get acquitted.
2 years and 3 months is actually a landmark time, I guess I would say. I mean,
And-
अगर मैं यहाँ पे बोलूँगी किसी को कि 2 साल 3 महीने में किसी का 498 में एक्विटल हो गया, तो शायद लोग बोलेंगे कि दीपिका मैम प्लीज मजाक मत कीजिए. But yeah, he actually won his 498 case in flat 2 years 3 months.
और वो इसलिए हुआ बिकॉज आई वुड से कि जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन की अपन यहाँ बात कर रहे हैं, वो एक्सटर्नल दिखने वाला ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन तो लोगों को दिखता है, बट समथिंग इंटरनल हैज ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड इन ऑल ऑफ अस, आई एम श्योर. उसमें कुछ कोर वैल्यूज को तो पकड़ के रखा और कुछ कोर वैल्यूज रिफाइन हो गई. जैसे आई कम फ्रॉम अ फैमिली जो बहुत मतलब रिच फैमिली नहीं है, बट somebody who जिसकी फैमिली हैज ऑलवेज वैल्यूड एजुकेशन. माय फादर इज अ साइंटिस्ट. ही रिटायर्ड एज डेप्यूटी डायरेक्टर जनरल इन जियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया, श्री रमेश चंद्र शुक्ला. माय मदर इज अ पीएचडी इन इकोनॉमिक्स, मिसेस गायत्री शुक्ला. शी वॉज वर्किंग इन केंद्रीय विद्यालय. तो शुरुआत से कोई एक ग्रेटिफिकेशन वाली चीज को खरीदने से ज्यादा प्रायोरिटी फैमिली में बुक्स एंड स्टडी को दी जाती थी. भाई वी डिड नॉट हैव अ कार अंटिल आई थिंक आई इवन रीच्ड कॉलेज, जस्ट बिफोर आई रीच्ड कॉलेज, और वो भी सेकेंड हैंड कार थी. बट आई ऑलवेज हैड द बेस्ट ऑफ बुक्स, बेस्ट ऑफ कोचिंग. हम लोग ने लखनऊ से पढ़ाई की थी, हाँ, तो वहाँ से एवरीथिंग वॉज द बेस्ट. अब वही सेम लर्निंग जो कोर वैल्यू थी कि वैल्यू एजुकेशन, वो ड्यूरिंग ट्रायल ऑल्सो देयर वॉज अ क्यूरियोसिटी. इनिशियली व्हेन मदर एंड फादर के लिए किसी को एंगेज किया था तो ही वाज सेइंग तुम अपना दिमाग मत लगाओ, और मैं ऐसा था कि आई वांट टू नो, क्यूरियोसिटी रहती है. दूसरा ये था कि वन ऑफ द लॉयर्स, इनिशियल लॉयर्स, ही टोल्ड मी, मैं कुछ क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन की बड़ी बुक पढ़ के ले जाता. दैट वाज द डे ऑन विच आई डिसाइडेड आई विल फाइट माय ओन केस. तो वो लॉयर ने मेरे को बोला था कि इतनी बड़ी बड़ी बुक्स पढ़ोगे तो जरूर कन्विक्ट हो जाओगे. तो मैंने बोला सर, जिंदगी में और कुछ होना हो, कन्विक्ट नहीं होगा. एंड आई टुक दैट बुक एंड द फाइल फ्रॉम हिम. उसके बाद से फिर वी फॉट एंड देन अल्टीमेटली आई ऑल्सो एंटर्ड द प्रोफेशन. Coincidentally, or most people don't know, I entered the profession and started my LLB after getting the acquittal. So during the entire trial, I did not have any legal education.
All right, I think we'll just have one more question and then we'll reverse it. I'll request all of you to keep it very short. Diptanshu, I mean, yes, this panel is only about, personal to, you've taken all what happened to you personally to, passion. But we are also obviously very closely related to the men's rights movement in India. So keep it very brief. But Diptanshu, what do you think we are doing right and what do you think we are not doing right? Because of which probably we have not been able to achieve the results that we may have wanted to. If you could all share your thoughts on it. I mean, there are so many NGOs here. If you can share that. Yeah, I just want to know, what are we as people who are very interested in, this injustice that is happening to men to stop. What is stopping us, or maybe what are the limitations that we face, or where are we lacking? Like, what are the things that we have to improve on to have our voices heard where they should be?
One thing I would like to, ये 2011 क्या, I think it is many decades old problem कि एक्टिविज्म में हमेशा से लीगल प्रोफेशन में एंटर करने के प्रति एक रिलक्टेंस सा रहा है. That is something I think with Amit, and when we, coincidentally Amit also was there in Indore, and both of us only launched the first weekly meetings in Indore in 2015. तो 2014. उसके बाद से धीरे धीरे we overcame that reluctance to enter the profession, क्योंकि बड़े बड़े लोग कह गए, लोग पॉलिटिक्स को भी बहुत बोलते हैं, लेकिन अगर आप खुद अच्छे लोग उसमें एंटर नहीं करेंगे तो फिर कैसे सिस्टम विल चेंज. सो दैट इज समथिंग एक्टिविस्ट शुड एक्टिवली परस्यू. आपका केस अगर 3-4 साल चल रहा है, 8 साल चल रहा है, यूज दैट टाइम, परस्यू लीगल एजुकेशन इफ यू कैन, एंड probably even enter it. If at not, then you can at least guide people more formally.
By the way, Deeptanshu also, Rupenshu also, Shoni also, all of them have taken up pro bono cases from Ekam Nyay Foundation. Shoni has taken up case in Gurgaon where a woman filed 9 rape cases on 9 different men in 1 year. We are fighting that extortion case filed on the girl. Rupenshu has also taken up pro bono matters for us. Deeptanshu is now doing pro bono legal assistance for Gaurav's family, who was a very young boy who committed suicide because his girlfriend told him that either you give me 5 lakh rupees or I'll file a rape case on you. And he was called to the police station and he was demanded money by the police officer also. Poor boy, I think he was just 19-year-old. He went back home and he came from a very poor family. He died by suicide, and Deeptanshu is fighting for the family. So what he's saying is absolutely right. I mean, I don't know why there is so much of hesitation. There are so many amazing cases that people can fight for and make extraordinary examples of these cases. So yeah, Rupenshu, very quickly, and then.
Regarding what we can do or we can add more, first is the foremost thing is regarding the awareness among men and other society. जब तक किसी के ऊपर कोई केस नहीं हो जाता ना, वो मेंसेट एक्टिविज्म की तरफ देखता भी नहीं है. It's a general perception and we are just seeking this from last more than a decade. जब तक 98 किसी के ऊपर हुआ नहीं था, उसको पता ही नहीं था कि मेंसेट एक्टिविज्म होता क्या है, मेंसेट मूवमेंट है क्या. अब कुछ केसेस ऐसे हुए जिससे अवेयरनेस बढ़ गई. थैंक्स टू यू, बिकॉज ऑफ योर डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज देयर वाज so much awareness. There was police awareness, judicial awareness, which is missing, which is lacking that time. And I think by the time, it takes decades. Rome is not built in a day. So similarly, our activism will also take a good amount of time. And thanks to our new ideas and new initiatives, which is actually creating more awareness. Because misandry is so centric. Misandry is something, presumption of a man being wrong. अगर आप एक सड़क पे चल रहे हो, आपने देखा लड़का लड़की लड़ रहे हैं, लड़की ने रो दिया तो सबसे पहले पब्लिक आके लड़के को पीट देगी, पूछेगी नहीं क्या हुआ, किस बात की गलती थी. बिकॉज मैकेनिकली मैन इज इन अ लाइक एशियन टाइम से आदमी कर गया, वॉर पे पहले जाते थे, लड़ते थे, कुछ हो जाता है, गुस्सा निकालने का आदमी का तरीका होता है कि वो लड़ झगड़ के सुलटा लेगा, उसको बाकी बातों में ज़्यादा यकीन नहीं होता. ऑन दी अदर हैंड औरतों में ज़्यादा कैपेबिलिटी होती है कि वो ज़्यादा फाइट कर सकते हैं वर्बली, एंड दे कैन क्रिएट यू मेंटली इम्पेशेंट. एंड आदमी वो सह नहीं पाता, तो आदमी अपना फ्रस्ट्रेशन वायलेंस के थ्रू कभी कभी होता है. बिकॉज वी हैव फाइटेड वॉर, तो आप जाके वॉर तो कोई होते नहीं ऐसे फिजिकली वाला. नाउ एट द सेम टाइम जब आप सड़क पे उस लड़का लड़की को लड़ते हुए देख रहे हैं, एंड आपने पूछा ही नहीं आदमी से कि क्या मिस्टेक है, क्या हुआ है, क्या व्हाट इज अदर साइड ऑफ द कॉइन, यू स्टार्टेड बीटिंग. अगर आदमी रो रहा है वहाँ पे सड़क पे और लड़की उस पर चिल्ला रही है, तब भी आप आदमी को जाके बोलेंगे ऐसा तूने क्या किया कि तेरे पे चिल्ला रही है, भले वो रो रहा होगा. That's misandry. Your presumption of men being wrong on first or prima facie. That's the जो हमें यहाँ निकालनी है सोसाइटी से. जब तक मिसैंड्री निकलेगी नहीं, जब तक हमारा प्रिजम्पशन निकलेगा नहीं कि आदमी गलत है, तब तक हम जेंडर न्यूट्रलिटी की तरफ तरीके से कोई सी भी चीज़ को देख ही नहीं पाएंगे. तो नज़रिया बदलने की बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. हम लोग को ये नहीं आदमी है तो गलत ही होगा, औरत है तो सही होगी. हर एक औरत सीता नहीं होती अगर हम बोलते हैं कि हर एक आदमी अगर राम नहीं है. तो दैट्स द प्रिजम्पशन. लड़की भी स्टॉकिंग करती है, सबको पता है, बट कोई लॉ नहीं है. ठीक है, तो सिमिलरली बट आदमी के लिए सारे लॉज है. रिलेशनशिप अगर गलत हो जाए आदमी की तरफ से तो रेप बन जाता है, लड़की की तरफ से कुछ कोई बात नहीं, लेट इट गो, हो जाता है. So that's the thing which needs to be
Yeah, there
checked.
needs to be more awareness, of course. Yes, Samir.
So Deepika, when you say that what are the things which are coming, in our way, it should not come across as if men's rights movement, I would in fact would like to add what men's rights movement have achieved also over the years. I would say that a lot of audience would not know in 2013, way back in 2013, they were introducing a law called IRBM, Irretrievable Breakdown of Marriage Amendment Bill, wherein if there was a divorce between a husband and wife, minimum 50% property of the husband would go to the wife, and it can be even more, 75%, inherited property, inheritable property. And how we fought that specific law which was being introduced. We were all there on the streets. We were there, reaching out to the legislature. We were doing protests and what not we did. And somehow that law did not come. Although the Lok Sabha was dissolved, but that law, people were talking about what we were saying in the parliament about that particular thing, and it did not come. Later, there was Arnesh Kumar judgment. 15 years back, if there was a crowd of victims, I think 80% would have been arrested, in 498A. Today, there is hardly any arrest, at least in the metro cities in 498A, unless, of course, there are other sections. There was a law, marital rape, which was being introduced. There were a number of PILs by the left feminists, and they wanted to introduce a very, very draconian form of marital rape law wherein the husband would be prosecuted, and all 498A and matrimonial disputes would have been converted into marital rape if that law would have. We fought the PILs, and that law has not seen the light of the day. So it's not that we've not achieved in men's rights movement. I think we've penetrated in the media in a much bigger way. We have more presence in the social media in today's times. We have so many platforms. We have such a big event that is happening, that is one success of the men's rights movement itself. So we have come a long way, but when you say what are the things that we should be doing, it's not like one formula that we can follow. It has to be a platter full of judicial activism, help groups, helplines, PILs, and all of this has to go hand in hand. And of course, events like this, platforms like this, where people can just come forward and share and be together. In fact, these are also platforms where victims are, they are transformed into fresh activists who can take the things forward when probably we are engaged somewhere else. So I think it has to be a platter full of a number of things which will take us forward.
All right. I think, Shoni, if you want to answer that question, you can. But I want to end the session with you, if you can answer that also. And along with that, you can answer that if you are ever a victim of a false case, or if you are implicated in a false case where you feel that your life is just completely shattered, what would be your message to families, to men, to anyone sitting in the audience who is going through that ordeal?
So the message is very simple. I'll first answer this, and then I'll answer what is ailing men's right. The message is very simple. Fight it out. There is no other solution. Unless you put yourself in that fight, you are not going to win. I'll give you an example. People say, child custody father को नहीं मिलती. एक सर्वे आपने किया 25% लोगों को मिलती है. मैंने नियरली 100% लोगों को चाइल्ड एक्सेस दिलाया. नियरली 100% को चाइल्ड एक्सेस दिलाया. चाइल्ड कस्टडी में 1 in 5 का रिकॉर्ड है जिसको मैंने काउंसिल किया. आपने फाइट शुरू ही नहीं किया, आप पहले ही हार मान के बैठ गए हो कि नहीं मिलेगा तो कतई नहीं मिलेगा. मैं कह रहा हूं अगर 1% चांस है, इट इज इनफाइनाइट टाइम्स मोर देन जीरो. Infinite times more than zero. There is no other way but to fight it out. I'll like to answer the other question also, which we were discussing, what is ailing men's right, and I'll just take 2 minutes, because I have been very critical by the manner in which men's rights are run in this country. First of all, the men's rights is penetrated by a socialist mindset. And that is the biggest mindset, that making money from the movement or because of the movement is bad. So essentially, all this aversion towards becoming lawyers or advocates is because of that. Because he has become an advocate, he has become a lawyer, he charges fee. It is bad. He should do all the cases pro bono. He should fight for all the people free of cost. Why? He doesn't have a family. He doesn't have expenses to keep. He doesn't have to pay electricity bill. He doesn't have right to, lead a reasonably well life or comfortable life. Secondly, all these NGOs, including my NGOs, it has become fiefs. Why? We cannot see other people, other group doing better than us. And what is this fascination that only we can do? Why not anyone else? So when I say that any event which is happening and other people are there, they should go to each and every event which is happening in the city. Why should not they go in Ekam Nyaya event or Sahodar event or a SIF event or any other event? But we know, and all of us sitting here know, that there are NGOs who are in this city and who has not come to this event. So these are very important points. We need to address these. Number one, no movement can run without money. And that is the big monkey in the room. That is the elephant in the room, and we need to address this.
I'll
Thank you.
just wind up by saying, and in fact thanking, the only one person that we got as a sponsor for this conference is We the Men. Thank you so much, Tejasvi. We reached out to a lot of brands, and there is just no support. So when brands don't pay, when you are not earning and putting yourself completely into this, then how do you survive? And I think I have suffered the most, I think, for the longest of years. But yeah, Shoni, you're absolutely right. Nothing works without money. A lot of money has gone into this conference, and we are extremely, extremely thankful to our donors, to each and every person who gives us even 10 rupees. This conference has entirely happened because of individual support. There are no sponsorships. And without money, of course, we cannot put up a platform like this. Thank you so much, gentlemen.